Welcome to Logic First. In this video, let's learn about keywords and identifiers in C language. These are the list of keywords in C. There are totally 32 keywords. Keywords are nothing but words that are reserved for language usage. We have already seen about double, float, int, short, unsigned, signed, void, char. All these are the data types, right? Similarly, the other words also have some specific meaning. We will be learning about them in the future lessons. For now, just understand that there are 32 keywords in C language, each of which has its own purpose. Also note that the keywords are case sensitive in C language. It means that you have to exactly type everything in the lowercase letters. If you try to declare a variable with capital INT, A or full caps like this, these are not allowed. Next is identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but the variable names. Actually, it is not just for variable. It also includes the names of functions, labels, and several other user-defined types. It is going to help us to identify a variable or a function or a label. So that's why it's called as identifier. For now, let's learn this from the perspective of a variable. But also keep in mind that the same applies to functions, labels, and the user-defined types, which we will be learning in the future. When we declare something like int count, this count is the identifier that we are talking about. You just cannot simply put whatever you want here. There are some rules for naming the variables and other types. We are going to learn about those rules now. The length of the identifier should be maximum 31 characters. Certain compilers allow much bigger identifier names, but we don't want to have such a big name for our variable. It will be difficult to remember as well as to type. So keep your variable names short and also meaningful. The first character of the identifier should be an alphabet or underscore. You can give the variable name as total, but you cannot give it as 5 total. This is wrong, because the first character should always be an alphabet or underscore. It cannot be a number. The subsequent characters can be alphabets or underscores or numbers. So you can declare variables like underscore sum or interest 2 or salary underscore 3. Remember, the only special character that is allowed is underscore. So you cannot declare something like salary -3 or $sum. These names are not allowed. Also, the uppercase or the lowercase is significant in the identifiers. You can declare a variable with the name sum and another with a capital S and another with full caps. All these three will act as different variables and you cannot interchange them. If you just want sum as your variable name, then be consistent with the case throughout the program. Finally, you should not use the keywords or other reserved words. For example, you cannot declare int char. This is not allowed because character is a keyword reserved for C language. You cannot declare int if, because if means something else in C language. So you cannot do this. And reserved words here mean that the words reserved for function like printf that we saw in the first program and main, you cannot use such words as the name of the variable. It will confuse the compiler. So it cannot be done. Thank you for listening.